As Texans and as a country, we want to believe that we treat people fairly. We want to believe that we care about being a just and equitable society. And if we do, I think we have to look at people who sometimes are forgotten or hidden away.
In our research, we found that a large number of people that are on the mental competency waitlist in Texas, in the counties that we've researched, they are people that are experiencing homelessness, or they couldn't afford an attorney on their own.
A lot of people get caught up in the system who don't have those advantages. If competency is an issue, they're not convicted. They've been accused of a criminal offense, but we don't know if they committed that offense. We are taking them out of the community for prolonged periods of time because we can't put them on trial. That's a pretty serious infringement on somebody's liberty.
What would be the advantage of tracking whether people on the mental competency wait list are experiencing homelessness?
I think if you don't track something, it's hard to fully understand it. If you don't focus on something, it's hard to address it.
Currently, this committee and the state doesn't track whether people on the wait list are experiencing homelessness.
We've not been able to tie those two things together, but the presentation we just had on housing, I think has kind of put that up on our priority list.
So we're going to talk about the intersection of housing and criminal justice. Without stable shelter, everything else falls apart.
So that's something I'm actually going to add to the next data analysis subcommittee meeting for us to begin to look at housing supply, housing options, homelessness among individuals, trying to really understand what's driving the wait list, what's driving the length of time people are waiting. We have a lot of good aggregated statewide data. We really need to take a look at it county by county so we can begin to get an idea of where we'd want to target our interventions to get the most bang for the buck, as it were.
HHSC also tells us this committee doesn't track when someone on the wait list dies while they're waiting for a state hospital bed. Do you think that that is valuable information that this committee should start tracking?
We haven't really tracked and quantified the consequences of the wait list, which is an important thing too if you're trying to create some momentum to get public policy change.
We found that they weren't tracking things like people dying on the wait list.
This is how we are treating people in our community. If somebody is separated from everything that's important, that makes somebody very distressed, and it's unlikely that somebody's mental health will improve greatly under that kind of stress and under those physical conditions.
Often, the longer they're there, they're languishing and their conditions are deteriorating to where it will be more difficult to come out of this, to recover in some form.
What you're talking about really are kind of some of the consequences of the wait list. The committee's really been a lot more focused on what we can do to reduce the wait list. There certainly is a sense among everybody on the committee that a long wait list is not a good thing, that there are all kinds of negative consequences that come from that. It's important, I think, to reinforce everybody's motivation to work as hard as we can to fix this problem.